So, what exactly is mainstream media? Alright, let's talk about it. The mainstream media, phrase people use when they're angry about something on TV. Think of it as the big leagues of news, major television networks, long-established newspapers, huge websites that millions visit daily, giant logos, fancy studios, reporters in far-flung places with press vests. They shape the big conversations in society. They decide what's breaking news and what's just breaking. TikTok, X, your uncle's wild Facebook posts. Does mainstream media still matter? The answer is yes. Big time. They have the power, they have the money, they have the reach. They influence how we see leaders, shape issues like the economy or pandemic, and even how we see ourselves. We'll zoom in on Africa, Nigeria as a case study. Beat. Let's start with the good news. We could all use some. The best thing about mainstream media, it informs the public fast. When a massive event happens, an earthquake, a major political upset, a scientific breakthrough, big outlets can mobilize. News vans and crews on the move. They have teams, journalists, fact-checkers, editors. They verify information. They push it out to millions. Broadcasts and alerts. This matters. Knowing a hurricane is coming versus guessing from how the birds are flying. It gives a baseline of shared facts. Investigative capacity is huge. Small blogs often lack time, money, and legal protection. Big outlets can spend months digging. Think Watergate. Think Panama Papers. In Africa, illegal mining exposed, embezzlement revealed, forcing powerful people to answer. Reporting is a cornerstone of democracy, a check on power. Outlets are a public record, the first draft of history. A politician can't deny a national broadcast tape from 5 years ago. Archival reporting grounds discourse against rewriting. Media fosters a global community. Networks like BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera. A person in a small Nigerian town can learn about life in Brazil or Japan. Exposure builds empathy, connects us on climate, inequality, and shared challenges. Beat. Now let's get into the bad. One of the biggest problems is ownership. Who owns the news? A handful of very wealthy individuals and massive corporations. Owners have business interests, political leanings, friends in high places. Coverage can be subtly, or not so subtly, skewed. Stories that might hurt owners get buried. Allies get primetime placement. A powerful filter on what you see. News is a business. In the digital age, money comes from clicks, views, engagement, the attention economy. The result? Sensational, emotional, shocking stories beat complex, nuanced, important policy coverage. Bias isn't only partisan cheerleading, it's framing. Words, images, and experts chosen shape how you interpret a story. Rioters versus demonstrators, two completely different impressions that can become accepted reality. If it bleeds, it leads turns Africa into a caricature. War, famine, disease, while innovation, art, business, and everyday life are ignored. It shapes foreign policy, influences investment, reinforces harmful stereotypes, a profound failure of the press. At its worst, media becomes state propaganda, direct ownership, ad threats, intimidation and arrests, broadcasting official narratives and silencing dissent. By narrowing topics and opinions, media can manufacture consent. Alternative viewpoints struggle to enter the conversation. Outrage sells. Echo chambers tailor content to groups, reinforce beliefs, and profit from polarization, leaving society fractured and distrustful. To see how all this plays out in the real world, let's look at Nigeria. Over 200 million people. Hundreds of languages, a political scene that's never, ever boring. One of Africa's most dynamic, influential media landscapes. A single radio broadcast can reach millions in rural villages. A viral story can spark a national movement. Nigeria is a microcosm of the good, the bad, the ugly, a chaotic, loud, crucial battleground for information that mirrors continental challenges. A storied history of fierce independence dating to the fight for independence, a tradition that continues today. Newspapers, TV, radio, online blogs, so many outlets that it's hard for any single entity, including government, to control the narrative. There's always another platform ready to publish what someone tried to suppress. Yet the environment is tough: inequality, instability, ethnic and religious tension. The media reports amid pressures from officials, business figures, and sometimes the public itself. Let's start with the good in Nigeria because there is plenty of it. Nigerian journalism has a proud tradition of investigations that make a real difference. Premium Times, the cable, and other outlets have exposed massive corruption, prompting public outcry, inquiries, and recovery of stolen funds. These journalists face threats and intimidation, watchdogs strengthening accountability and transparency. During elections, radio stations are essential, broadcasting debates, explaining procedures in local languages, and reporting from polling stations. Media amplified NSARS, local and international coverage brought global attention, forced national conversation, and gave citizens a platform. Diverse media, national and local, informs communities, reflects the whole country, and boosts culture, Nollywood, music, art, and literature. Highlighting creativity, innovation, and success shapes a positive national identity and inspires Nigerians at home and abroad. Now, for the bad. In Nigeria, the lines between politics, business, and media are often incredibly blurry. Many major outlets are owned by politicians or aligned tycoons. Media capture turns journalism into PR for owners. During elections, some channels flatter favorites and attack opponents, a campaign disguised as news. Struggling outlets become vulnerable to brown envelope journalism, cash for favorable coverage, eroding public trust. The chase for clicks and ratings fuels sensationalism and thinner fact-checking. Rumors on WhatsApp can be republished unverified. A diverse nation isn't always reflected. Lagos Abuja focus can ignore other regions and inflame stereotypes under deadline pressure. The impact, a media landscape that sometimes fails to represent the nation and can deepen existing fault lines. This is where it gets ugly. The Nigerian government, like many, does not always appreciate criticism. While the Constitution guarantees press freedom, critical outlets can face raids, equipment seizures, even arrests of editors. Detentions and legal limbo create a climate of fear that breeds self-censorship. State advertising becomes leverage, reward compliant media, punish critical ones, a quiet way to shape coverage. Broad laws, cybercrime, national security, can be used to prosecute journalists over disputed reporting, draining time and resources. Coordinated disinformation unleashes trolls and bots to attack critics, spread false narratives, and drown out legitimate news. When trust collapses, manipulation rises, and the space for democratic debate shrinks dramatically. After the good, the bad, the ugly, it's easy to feel pessimistic, but that's not true. The power isn't just with owners and politicians, it's also in your hands. Stop being passive, be an active, critical reader. Don't just swallow a headline, read the article. Who wrote it? Who owns the outlet? Diversify your media diet. Don't rely on one source or only social. Compare coverage. Practice lateral reading to see what's missing. Learn to spot news reporting versus opinion. Facts and attributed sources differ from emotional commentary. Know when it's what happened versus what to think. Support outlets that do solid investigative work. Subscribe if you can. Share their stories. Talk about them. Good journalism costs money. In Nigeria and worldwide, a well-informed public is democracy's best defense. The media may be flawed, but essential, so demand better and be a better reader.